Have you ever wondered about the spiritual beliefs of our ancestors? What about the prehistoric African religion? What did they believe in? The mysteries of prehistoric Africa hold a fascinating world, a world that reveals the rich tapestry of our collective human history. As we delve into this uncharted territory, we uncover a realm of spirituality and belief that serves as the bedrock of many modern religions. The prehistoric African religion, often shrouded in the mists of time, is an intricate web of beliefs, rituals, and practices that our ancestors held dear. The seeds of this spiritual system were sown thousands of years ago, in a time when man lived in harmony with nature, and the divine was seen in every sunrise, every river, every mountain, and every creature that roamed the earth. But what exactly did they believe in? How did they perceive the world and their place in it? What gods did they worship? How did they connect with the spiritual realm? These are questions that have puzzled historians, archaeologists, and scholars for centuries, and the answers are as complex and diverse as the African continent itself. The prehistoric African religion was not a monolithic entity, but rather a mosaic of beliefs that varied from region to region, from tribe to tribe. It was a spirituality that was deeply rooted in the rhythms of nature, in the cycles of life and death, and in the interplay of physical and spiritual realms. It was a religion that celebrated the divine in every aspect of life and sought harmony with the cosmos. As we embark on this journey of discovery, we will explore the many facets of this ancient belief system, from the gods and spirits that were worshipped, to the rituals and ceremonies that marked the milestones of life, to the profound impact that these beliefs have had on modern African religion. This is a journey into the heart of our spiritual ancestry, a journey that will shed light on the mysteries of prehistoric African religion, and a journey that will deepen our understanding of the human spiritual experience. Join me on this journey as we unravel the mysteries of prehistoric African religion. It all started with spirituality, the belief in the existence of a higher power. In prehistoric Africa, spirituality was more than just a belief system. It was a way of life, a philosophy that permeated every aspect of daily existence. It was a complex tapestry woven with a profound respect for nature, a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, and an unwavering belief in the existence of a higher power. This higher power was not a singular deity, but rather a collection of divine forces, each with its own unique role and function. These forces were believed to govern every aspect of life, from the changing of the seasons to the cycle of life and death. They were perceived not as distant, indifferent entities, but as accessible beings that could be appealed to for guidance, protection, and support. The prehistoric Africans had a rich and varied spiritual lexicon. They used symbols, metaphors, and allegories to express their understanding of the divine. These symbols were not mere artistic embellishments. They were powerful tools for communication, conveying complex spiritual concepts in a manner that was both accessible and meaningful. Moreover, spirituality was not an exclusive domain of the elite. It was a shared experience, a communal endeavor. Everyone had a role to play in the spiritual life of the community, from the elders who passed down the traditions and the stories, to the children who were the future custodians of this sacred heritage. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of prehistoric African spirituality was its inclusivity. It embraced diversity, recognizing the unique spiritual journey of each individual. There was no one-size-fits-all approach to spirituality. Instead, it was a dynamic, evolving process, shaped by personal experiences, insights, and revelations. In this way, spirituality became more than just a belief in a higher power. It became a lens through which the prehistoric Africans viewed the world, a compass that guided their actions, and a source of strength and resilience in times of adversity. Thus, spirituality became the cornerstone of prehistoric African religion. Ancestors and nature held a significant place in the prehistoric African religion. But why was that? Let's dive into this captivating subject. In the vast terrain of Africa, the earliest societies held a profound respect for their ancestors. They believed that the spirits of the departed continued to be a part of the community, guiding and protecting their kin from the realm beyond. This belief in the power of ancestry formed the bedrock of their spiritual life. Ancestor worship was not about fearing the dead, rather it was about honoring them. These ancestors were seen as intermediaries, bridging the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. They were venerated not out of fear, but out of respect and a desire for their guidance and protection. The spirits of ancestors were believed to have the power to influence the fortunes of the living, and so were consulted during significant life events and decisions. Now let's turn our attention to the role of nature in prehistoric African religion. The natural world was seen as a powerful living entity filled with spirit and life. The sun, the moon, the rivers, and the mountains were all viewed as sacred, each possessing its own spirit. Nature was not seen as separate from man, but rather, man was a part of nature, interconnected and interdependent. This belief nurtured a deep respect for the environment and fostered sustainable living practices. Every tree, every rock, every gust of wind was believed to contain a spirit. These spirits were not feared, but respected and revered. They were seen as guides, teachers, and protectors. This reverence for nature was an integral part of their daily lives, influencing their actions, decisions, and their very understanding of the world around them. Ancestor worship and nature were not just elements of worship, but a way of life. This deep connection to the past and to the natural world formed the very essence of the prehistoric African religious experience, a testament to the power of belief and the enduring legacy of Africa's spiritual heritage. Rituals and ceremonies played a pivotal role in prehistoric African religion. They were more than mere traditions. These practices were the backbone of the community, acting as a conduit to the spiritual realm and serving as a tangible link between the physical and metaphysical worlds. Let's delve into the essence of these rituals and ceremonies. They were not merely symbolic acts, but rather a means to communicate with the divine, to influence the forces of nature, and to uphold the moral and social order. They were performed with reverence and utmost care, often led by spiritual leaders or elders of the community. One such practice was the initiation ceremony, marking a young person's transition into adulthood. It was a rite of passage, signifying the acceptance of responsibilities and the gaining of new rights within the community. This ritual was also a profound spiritual experience, guiding the individual towards a deeper understanding of their connection with the divine. Animal sacrifices were another common ritual believed to appease the gods, ancestors, or spirits. The act was not seen as destructive, but rather as a necessary offering to maintain balance and harmony between the human and spiritual realms. The sacrifice was often followed by communal feasting, symbolizing unity and shared blessings. Dance and music were integral to these ceremonies, believed to invoke the presence of divine entities. The rhythmic movements, the pounding of drums, the resonating chants, all created an atmosphere of heightened spirituality, allowing individuals to transcend their ordinary consciousness. The impact of these rituals and ceremonies on the society was profound. They fostered a sense of community, instilled moral values, and provided a framework for understanding the world and one's place within it. They were a means of expressing collective hopes, fears, and aspirations, reinforcing the bond between the individual, the community, and the divine. In essence, rituals and ceremonies were a crucial part of the prehistoric African religious culture, shaping the society's spiritual fabric. They encapsulated the people's worldview, their understanding of life, death, and the divine, thus playing a key role in the evolution of humanity's spiritual journey. The echoes of prehistoric African religion resonate even today. But how, you may ask? Well, it's a fascinating journey, one that bridges the gap between the ancient and the contemporary, the sacred and the secular. Prehistoric African religion, a complex tapestry of beliefs, rituals, and practices, has left a profound impact on modern African religious practices. This isn't a mere historical footnote, but a living, breathing testament to the spiritual resilience of a continent. Let's start with the concept of ancestor worship. Once central to prehistoric African spirituality, it continues to play a significant role today. In many African societies, ancestors are seen as intermediaries between the human world and the divine. They are revered, remembered, and consulted in times of crisis, their wisdom and guidance sought after, much as it was in the prehistoric era. Next, we have the veneration of nature, another cornerstone of prehistoric African religion. Today, a multitude of African religions still hold a deep respect for the natural world, viewing it as a manifestation of the divine. Rivers, mountains, trees, and animals are often seen as sacred, their preservation a religious duty. And then there's the rich tradition of rituals and ceremonies. These communal gatherings filled with music, dance, and storytelling were not just social events in prehistoric times. They were and still are vital spiritual experiences, means of connecting with the divine, with ancestors, and with each other. Finally, the belief in a supreme being, a concept that existed in many prehistoric African societies, persists in various forms in modern African religions. This supreme being is often seen as the creator of all life, a belief that has endured throughout the centuries, adapting and evolving, yet never fading away. The whispers of prehistoric African religion can still be heard in the modern African spiritual landscape. Its echoes continue to reverberate, shaping beliefs, guiding practices, and reminding us all of the rich spiritual heritage of this vibrant continent. We've journeyed through time, exploring the depths of prehistoric African religion. We've uncovered key aspects of this profound and rich spiritual heritage, revealing the seeds of spirituality that sprouted from the heart of the motherland. We embarked on this journey by delving into the mysteries of prehistoric Africa, a time when the continent was a cradle of spiritual practices and beliefs. These early expressions of faith, shrouded in the mists of time, laid a foundation for the myriad of cultures and traditions we see today. From there, we traced the roots of spirituality, appreciating how humanity's relationship with the divine has evolved. We discovered that the spiritual practices of prehistoric Africans were deeply intertwined with their daily lives, shaping their understanding of the world around them. Next, we explored the significance of ancestor worship and nature in prehistoric African religion. We learned that reverence for the natural world and the ancestors was not merely a matter of tradition, but was intrinsic to their worldview. This reverence reflected a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, a concept that remains relevant today. We then took a closer look at the rituals and ceremonies that defined these early spiritual practices. Through intricate rites and ceremonies, prehistoric Africans expressed their faith, sought divine intervention, and forged a sense of community. These practices, rich in symbolism and meaning, continue to influence modern African religions. Finally, we examined the impact of these prehistoric beliefs on modern African religion. We saw that despite centuries of change and evolution, the echoes of prehistoric African religion can still be heard in the spiritual practices and beliefs of many African communities today. Prehistoric African religion is a vast ocean of wisdom and spirituality waiting to be explored. This journey through time has only scratched the surface. There are still countless mysteries to uncover, countless stories to tell, and countless lessons to learn from our ancestors. So let's keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning about our rich and diverse spiritual heritage. Our journey doesn't have to end here. The rich tapestry of prehistoric African religions is an expansive realm, a treasure trove of knowledge that's awaiting your discovery. There are countless resources at your disposal, waiting to further ignite your curiosity. Books, documentaries, websites, all brimming with insights that delve deeper into the roots of spirituality, ancestor worship, rituals, ceremonies, and their impact on modern African religions. We've only just scratched the surface of this fascinating subject. Imagine what else there is to uncover. And while you embark on this intellectual adventure, remember to take others along. Share this video with friends, family, and anyone else you think would love to join this journey of discovery. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. It's your ticket to more intriguing content. Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the journey of knowledge never ends.